Yo, what up guys? What up guys? So in this video we're going to be talking about, is it ideal to code in Windows compared to a Mac? So do true coders only use Mac, and if you don't use Mac, you're whack? But again guys, to be serious, is it ideal to be developing, to be coding in Windows? So that's going to be the topic guys. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And but before we get started, guys, man, if you could give me a follow, give me a like, guys, I appreciate it. And let's get started. So one of the main reasons, guys, I decided to make this video is I've been seeing some content creators. I'm not gonna throw their name out there, but there have been a few content creators. Some have a pretty decent sized following, man, I gotta say. And they have made a comment related to coders only use Mac or MacBook Pros or whatever, but coders only use Macs, and that, you know, true coders do not code on anything else besides the Mac. And that kind of got me thinking a little bit, guys, because the more I thought about it, I was kind of thinking from a sense of, okay, either A, this is satire, which could be it, right? I don't think it is, but some maybe, or these people may not have. I mean, their own experience has been working at company A, and everybody used MacBook Pros, and now they feel or they think, oh, this is what everybody use. This is what you have to use to code. And I get that Apple has this following where it's very cult-like, where, bow down to Apple, right? Or you have Apple, you're cool, you're part of the cool kids club or whatever. But dude, that is so far from the truth, man, when it comes to coding. Like, I have met many developers, old school developers, younger generation developers, many different developers that do not use Mac to code. Keep that in mind. Do not use the Mac operating system for the purpose of coding. And so anybody that's new, that's trying to get in the industry, don't have this mindset, don't have this belief that you have to have a MacBook Pro to code. I saw this guy, he made a video and a few videos, but he was talking about how he wants to learn how to code, and he's trying to save up money because he wants to buy a MacBook, because that's what you need to code. And again, man, like, what pisses me off is you have these content creators, influencers, whatever you want to call them, right, that are making false statements. I mean, it is false to say that you need a Mac in order to code, and that's it. Like, dude, there's no truth to that at all. And I know firsthand, because I code in all three operating systems. I code on Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. Right? I use all three. Anybody who watches my YouTube videos will know that all of my examples, my coding is on a Windows PC. My workstation, which is behind me, the monitor is behind me, it's a Mac Studio. Again, Mac OS. I have another computer that has Linux, servers that run Linux, that run my applications. Again, dude, it's all three operating systems. I use them all three. I have experience in all three, and you could code in either any operating system, man. So the mindset that you need a Mac OS operating system to code is a bunch of bullshit. You don't, man. And what sucks is whenever I see these influencers telling folks, right, people that have no idea, that are new, they want to get into or learn programming, about, now I need to buy a MacBook in order to code. I have to, because that's what I was told. And in order to become a coder, I need to buy that. And then now they're trying to use their hard-earned money, save up to buy something that they don't need as expensive. You could buy you a mid-range, even a low-tier type laptop. You could easily put Linux on it if you want to, and you could use that. Put like a good UI OS, which would be like a Pop OS or something, in Ubuntu or something, right? And really be like, that's how what you could do, man, on a minimal on a low budget to get started. Mid-grade, mid-range PC, easily run Windows on it, install your, whether it be, again, JavaScript, you get started right away. If you're coding in Python, install your Python interpreter. I mean, the list goes on, man. Like, I'm frustrated, man, because it's so messed up that you got people that know better. They should know better, right? If you're a software developer yourself and now you're content creator, to be telling people that they need to have a MacBook Pro to code, that's an opinion, dude. That's a preference. That's not truth, man. You don't need a MacBook Pro. I code on a Mac OS, but I code on Windows as well, and I code on Linux. I code on all three, and I have done it consistently on all three. And I could tell you through my first-hand experience that you could code on all three operating systems. I'm telling people that because that is true, because I have done it myself and it works, and it's valid. Now, you have a preference if you want to use Mac OS, sure, that's fine, man. People, you could tell anybody that, yeah, use Mac OS, like I prefer it, I like the operating system, or I like X, Y, and Z, and that's totally fine. But just this notion that you have to use a Mac OS to code, and Windows or Linux is not even an option, dude. That's a bunch of BS, man. Bunch of BS. So, again, guys, just had to make a video related to this. Hopefully, somebody who's new that wants to get into software development sees it and understands that you do not need a Mac OS. You don't need a MacBook Pro to code. I get it. All the big boys are using MacBook Pros, and now you want one as well because you want to be, that kind of software developer. But again, guys, buy what you could afford. You don't need a Mac OS operating, you get Linux, you get Windows. It works. It'll work just as fine. It'll get the job done for sure. More than enough. So yeah, guys, just all three, work. Pick whatever one you want to pick for your preference. There's one exception. The only exception is if you're going to be doing iOS development, Mac OS development, things of that nature, using Swift, then yeah, MacBook Pro. But if you're not, you're doing C#, etc., Python, doesn't matter, guys. Pick whatever operating system you want. Find something that's within your budget. Don't feel like you gotta spend extra money just to be able to buy a MacBook Pro or anything like that, because that's not needed. That's not true. And whatever people have been saying, telling you false information, guys. So again, guys, hopefully this helps, give you some insight, and y'all take care. Peace.